Hey guys, well it's just finished up at Perth, so sorry I couldn't do my chat last night. I was having a birthday dinner and eating cake all day, so the gym was a pretty demanding thing this morning, so I had to burn it all off. But yeah, another successful weekend, still maintaining the championship lead, so yeah, pretty pretty happy how everything's going. So yeah, thanks for all the great messages and all the great support that you guys give. Also, tonight's prize is something a little bit different. It's through my sponsor, Safety First. They are going to give away an exclusive tour of their facility, which they've got at the Baby Pregnancy Expo in Sydney this Saturday, and I'm going to be there. So I'm going to give you an exclusive prize, but the prize is going to be for a dad who is expecting. So if you know someone or you are a father that's going to be expecting, then you're the person that we want. So the first person to nominate, and they're in Sydney this Saturday, and I'll be there at 12 o'clock, and they can make Homebush and come to the expo. Yeah, put your name down because I'll give you an exclusive tour, teach you a bit about the products, and there'll be some good giveaways. So yeah, it's going to be a pretty cool prize because it's pretty expensive when you start off being a dad. So thankfully they're giving that away, and there's going to be 5 lucky winners. So yeah, let's roll into some good questions. We've got happy birthday for yesterday. Do you treat your tyres better than everyone else? Thank you for the birthday message. I feel old now, but we don't treat our tyres. You're not allowed to. It's illegal to treat your tyres, but we try and manage them better than other people. So I think the way our car is set up, we really look after the tyre, but the flip side to that is in qualifying, I don't think we maximise the use of the tyre. So qualifying is definitely one lap. You've got to use everything. In the race, it's about managing it, and our car suits the races. So if we qualify well, we've raced well, and that's been the key to winning our races recently is the qualifying position, because, like you said, the tyre life is way better than most other cars. So yeah, we just got to get a setup that works for quality, and then keep our race set up, and we should be more competitive again. Great to meet you at the JMC boardroom in Tassie. What do you think is your weakest track? Yeah, it's good to catch up. Really cool little group of guys and girls that you had there at that as part of the club there. The weakest track probably is Eastern Creek. I think it's a bit of a danger track for most people. But saying that, the last time we ever raced there, I won a race. So yeah, testing hasn't been that good for us when we've done tests. But I've never actually had a brand new set of soft tyres where other people have. So I don't really know where we stand at Eastern Creek, but that's, to me, is the one that is going to be high risk, I think. So the next few coming up, Darwin's very good, Townsville's really good, Sydney Motorsport Park, could be a bit hit and miss, but we should be okay. Having just raced here in WA, do you think the track needs to be resurfaced and extended in order to bring it into line? I love the track. I think the track is perfect, really, to be honest. When it's resurfaced, it's definitely more fun, but our strength at the moment is tyre life. So if we can have the track suit us, it's obviously better. But I think the racing's quite good with the degradation with the tyres. So, but resurfacing costs a lot of money. In terms of extending it, I think the track's pretty good. I think they could spend money on infrastructure like they have, but in that back section there's a whole part of Perth that needs to be fixed. First of all, it's the entry in and out of the place is pretty average. I saw they charge for parking on the weekend, so hopefully not many people ever charge for parking. That's pretty rare, and if they're charging for parking, I hope they put the money back into it, because it was a little bit sneaky. So hopefully that money goes back into the sport, and then yeah, it might be a little bit better for everyone, I think. But the road in and out is quite hard, traffic, and around Cold, they don't actually use that part of the track for viewing, so they could build a grandstand there, put some toilets in, and make the facilities better. That's probably the downside. Do you regret that you didn't get to rub fenders with Casey Stoner in the main game, especially after he gave you a serve on Twitter before he joined Red Bull? I personally would have liked to seen it, although I don't think he would have completed a lap with you. I would have loved to race him. It was pretty mouthy on what he sort of come up with, and he probably should have focused a little bit more on his driving, because it wasn't a flying success like he probably thought it was going to be. But at the same time, I've got nothing against him. I've never met the guy. He's only ever spoken to me over Twitter. He's got, he knows where I am, so if he had any issues, he could have just walked up. But in terms of on track, if I was competing with him, I probably wouldn't have been going that good. So thankfully, haven't had to. But in terms of motorcycling, he's one of the greatest motorcyclists we've ever had. So I used to follow him and support him and go for him. But whatever. He loved his Twitter. Talk about the strategy the team chose on the weekend. Screaming on the hill to bring you in earlier. We have live timing on the iPad and could see your slowest compared to Chaz and Craig's. It was fairly obvious. So why did they leave you out? I wish you had a radio on and called me in, because I would have come in. But we, the engineering guy on my car, Grant, he definitely regrets the call now. But at the time, he played it pretty conservative, and it's it was a mistake. We definitely should have come in early. I was leading the race in that middle stint. I only had to get within 3 seconds of Chaz to jump him in the pits, because I had 3 seconds less fuel to put in. He come in a lot earlier and effectively won the race. So we too conservative on our part. But if a safety car had come out, it would have all worked and everything. But history shows there's no safety cars there, so we got it wrong. But it would have been smart to bring us in, and we would have won the race. But end of the day, it was good to see Chaz win. We split our strategy a little bit. At least he was putting pressure on Lowndes, and he got the win. So thankfully, one of our cars won, and that's pretty cool that he got his win. Do I have a car collection? Any muscle cars? I don't have a car collection. I've got 2 cars, and they're both supplied by Ford. So I don't really have anything. The problem is, any car you buy is, the race car is such a good car that it'd be hard to drive anything, anywhere near what the race car is. But if you could own a GTHO or something, it would be pretty cool. They're the cool cars, but $300,000 or $400,000 is so expensive for one of those cars now. So I'm lucky I've got a GT. I've got a FPV GT. And, I'm pretty lucky that I've got that. So no collection. Maybe one day when I get a bit older and slow down a bit, I can get a Mustang or a GT or something. Love seeing you fly the Ford flag. I'm also a sprint car fan. Just wondering if you have taken one for a spin. Also, what do you think of them? I love them. I reckon they're the best form of enjoyment you can have in a car. I reckon they're awesome. They actually had a day on Monday with Chaz and Reynolds, and the guys actually did a few laps over in Perth. So they loved it. It's really cool. The only problem is in Australia, you have to pay for the drive. There's no form of professional sprint cars. So when I was 15, I was going to either do cars or sprint cars, and one was always going to be professional, and one was going to be you had to work and then pay for it. I couldn't afford it, so it ended up being racing. But I love sprint cars. I'd drive one any day of the week. They're awesome. When is the next test session for FPR, and what happens during the day? The next test day is the 2nd of June, I think, which is a Monday. We test at Winton. We have all the cars there. We've got all 4 cars. We've got the DVS car with Cam Waters there as well. So it's a big day. We bring all our endurance drivers. So Steve Owen will hop in the car with me for the first time. We've got a lot to test because this is our first test day this year. We actually tested at Eastern Creek, but it was wet for the majority of the day, so we haven't done a proper test day yet, but we've got lots to try. We've got some new components that go on the car, which are dead set going to be gains. So when we get them on and we can announce what they sort of are, that's going to be a massive gain for our car. So hopefully, yeah, we get some good results with the bits going in our car, and if they do what they're meant to, and there's no reason why it shouldn't work, then we should be better at Darwin. So we're sort of craving this test day, and hopefully it goes as good as we think it's going to go. Do you think you can get the championship this year? I think we're in a pretty good position. It's the best position I've ever been in. Yeah, I think if we can keep qualifying strong, we've got definitely a really good chance at this, because our race pace is really good. The problem is when you qualify 10th or 15th, trying to salvage a result from that. So work on our quality. If we keep qualifying well, there's no reason why we can't win this thing. So that's my focus, is making it quick over one lap, and then we know we can race. So yeah, but we're in a really good position, and with Darwin coming up, Townsville, Willowbank, 3 of the best rounds we've got for the year. So yeah, pretty important rounds, and we need to cement our spot in this championship. And then enduro time, we've got Steve Owen, who, yeah, you need a really good guy, and he's really good. So endurance won't be a weakness for us, and yeah, it's all happens pretty quick after that. So we've got a really good chance. What do you do on the days or weeks between race meetings? Pretty much go around and see the sponsors and stay fit, and go into the workshop, and we try and make the cars go quicker. So spend a lot of time with engineers and all the data guys and all the engine blokes, and yeah, just the guys at the team to really try and yeah, make the car go quicker, really. So we're either doing that, flying around, seeing sponsors. So whether it's Pepsi or Castrol or Actron Air or all my sponsors, yeah, you're out there doing appearances. So I've actually had questions about appearances. It's quite a big part of what we do, and people want to come and say g'day, which is really cool. On my website, we're always posting where the next appearance is. So when people ask where the next appearance is, if you go to the website, it'll tell you events. You go to events, and it'll tell you what time and place. So yeah, pretty easy way to start today, which is pretty cool. Any chance of you making an appearance at the Disney Fun Zone with Mac and Lightning McQueen at future races? The next one is Townsville, I think I'm at. So, but yeah, definitely make appearances at the Fun Zone. It's a really cool area for the kids, and I know when I take Oliver to the track, he loves hanging out there. So yeah, if you can get there, definitely go to the Fun Zone. It's a really cool place, and then yeah, I'll do my appearances there as well, which again we'll put on the website when we're going to be there. But Townsville will be the next one. So if you're there, come and say good day. My 8-year-old son Alex would like to know how many races you have won and what was your most memorable. I think I've won 26 races now, but the most memorable one was Bathurst. It's the most iconic race, and it's the biggest race I've ever won. Another race was I won a race in the development series. I started rear of grid in the reverse grid race, and I won the race from the back of the field at Malala. So that was that was a really cool run as well. So I've got a couple of cool ones, but Bathurst by far is the biggest one I've got. What do you make of the 2 Kiwis, Scotty and the Gears, ripping into each other? Yeah, it's interesting. It's good because yeah, it's funny that they think they got a Kiwi rivalry, but they're from 2 completely separate teams. So yeah, I think I read Scott said that they have the Kiwi bromanship, which works, and they're meant to let each other pass and all that sort of stuff, which I find pretty bizarre. But That's good. You shouldn't move over for anyone unless your teammate is the guy that you're racing with. He he's got to earn his way past him. So yeah, he has to earn it. So Van Giz is probably one of the hardest blokes to race, but yeah, because they're from the same countries, can't expect to get past. So they'll sort it out though. I'm sure they'll shake and make up. The best racing car track in the world. Have you driven Nürburgring? I've never driven the Nürburgring, but it's a place that would be pretty cool to go to. But I've always been a big fan of Laguna Seca. I'd love to go and race there. I think our cars would be pretty cool there. So yeah, it'd be pretty cool. Laguna Seca would be one of the tracks, or Daytona. Daytona would be really cool as well. Thinking of heading to Darwin Hidden Valley Round. Why is it so good for drivers to consistently or constantly rant about? It's beautiful weather, 32 degrees every day. It's a really good town. It's just one of the best rounds we go to. It's about 15 minutes the track from the city. So when you stay in the city, you pretty much don't need a car. All you do is walk around, and there's really good restaurants. There's the markets to go to on a Thursday night. There's so much to do. So yeah, I'd say one of the best rounds I'd go to is Darwin, and take the family there. And if you don't want to just do the race, you can go to some of the water holes. You can do anything there. See the crocs jumping. There's so much to do. So yeah, I'd recommend if you're going to pick one. Yeah, I'd get to Darwin. Mark Scaife always seems very critical of you on the TV. What kind of relationship, if any, do you have with him? He is pretty critical for whatever reason, but yeah, I don't really have much to do with him, to be honest. But it's funny, he's a legend. He's won so many races, but when they start commentating, they forget about all the things they used to do. And when you watch some footage, especially on Speed, they've got that V8 Classics or flashbacks, and you watch some of the stuff that he's done, and then he comments on you and he's critical. It's bizarre sometimes. You have a bit of a giggle to yourself, but they're alright. They're doing a job, but sometimes then when they're critical, the people watching haven't make their own opinion on what he says, and that's sometimes a bit unfair. But it's part of it. We've got Crompton and Larko, who are Ford guys, who sort of dig you out and help you out sometimes. How come Perkins and Reynolds cars are not as quick as the two Pepsi Max cars? Do we have different components? We have exactly the same components. We have access to everyone's data. It's absolutely identical. So whoever gets it right on the day. We actually swap cars on the test day. We're all going to swap cars. I'm going to jump in Jack's car. He's going to jump in my car. I'm going to jump in Reynolds' car, just to make sure that we're all okay. And the guys can just make sure they're happy with their car and make sure they are the same. And someone like Jack, it's hard. He's going to tracks. He's actually got pretty good race pace. He's qualifying badly at the moment. He needs a confidence boost, so he needs to just know that the car is the same, and he needs to just learn how to drive the car. So it'd be a big test day for him, but we need him up there. 4 of us fighting everyone would be better than 3 of us. So we're pushing pretty hard to get him comfortable, and we'll make sure he gets back up there. Drivers have different ways of preparing on race day. What is your pre-race preparation? How do you get in the zone? It's actually, everyone has got their own ways. Mine's pretty relaxed. I like to go on the truck and make sure that I've spoken to the engineer and make sure that he knows what's going on, and I feel comfortable. And if he gives me confidence, I'm happy to walk away then and pretty well switch off from thinking about what's going to go on, and then go in the truck and relax, and then put my suit on, just chill out, maybe see Oliver or the family, and really just try and chill out a bit. And then when I walk in the garage, put the helmet on. Pretty well, it's all about racing then. So I find if you think about it too much, you do yourself over a little bit in the head, and it's better off just relaxing and yeah, just turning up fresh. I know you'd be disappointed, as the rest of us, over strategy on Sunday, but third was a great result. Question is, your Sunday qualifying was excellent. Have you guys found a better qualifying setup? The qualifying was actually really good. We made a little bit different change to the car, but I think the thing that worked for us, and I actually know what the reason. It was actually quite cool on Sunday. It rained as well, so the track was a little bit cooler and a little bit probably greener. The strength of our car is the tyre life, so normally you can do 1.5 laps and then the tyre drops away. Because the track was slipperier and cooler, it allowed us to do 2 laps and didn't put the tyre over its edge. So as soon as it did that, we were on the front row. So other people's strength, like a Lowndes or a Triple Eight car, they go on lap 1. So they couldn't go on lap 1 because the track was a bit cool. So it brought them back to us and brought us closer to them. So hopefully, hopefully that works out for us. But we did make changes, but I think the track temp was a lot of the reason why we were more competitive. When does the centre of gravity change or rules come into play? They actually come in for Perth, but there's some changes that are still ongoing. So the first thing was the engine, so there's a little change, but the second flow and effect of that change is going to come in, and when we bring that one in, that's definitely going to help us. And the Volvo and the Nissan, they won't change at all, so it'll benefit us. Pretty well only the Fords will benefit, so I'm looking forward to that coming in. So that'll be coming in pretty soon. Is it fun beating Whincup? From Zach, age 6. It is, buddy. It is very good beating Whincup. It's good for the sport. I think a lot of people get sick of him winning. I'm definitely one of them because he's very good and he wins a lot. But this year he hasn't won since Tasmania, which apparently, when you read, it's one of his longest streaks of not winning a race. So yeah, it's good to see him under pressure and that whole team under pressure. But yeah, it's good to beat him. It's good to beat everyone, to be honest. But I won't lie, beating him is pretty cool. What would be your advice for someone who is trying to get into the supercar scene but doesn't have a lot of money? Is a track day car a good place to start? It's hard to get in as a driver. There's only 20 or 25 drivers in the field, and everyone's been starting go-karts from the age of 8 or 9 years old. So it's such a cutthroat sport to get into. But yeah, if you want to do it for fun initially, you can never do it just purely thinking you're going to get in. You've got to do it just for fun, and then if you happen to make it, then it's a bonus. But yeah, track day cars are good fun. But at the same time, motorsport's a lot of fun. But when you're paying for it yourself and you're ripping up money, when you're burning out your tyres, all that sort of stuff, it's sort of sometimes hard to have the same amount of fun. But yeah, track cars probably the best way to go. Buy something like I don't know, WRX or something. Quite a quick car, 4-wheel drive. You get them quite cheap if they're not compliant. Something like that would be a pretty cool car to have some fun in. What are the key components of your training regime to keep you race fit? For me, a lot of it is spent at the gym because we're not allowed to test, so it's all gym work. I actually do a lot of weights, but a lot of it is explosive stuff, so keeping you reactive and keeping you strong, but keeping you lean and fit. That's sort of the thing that works for me. Also running, riding, all that sort of stuff. But there's little muscles that are so hard to train, and years of experience get you stronger, especially for places like Adelaide or Homebush. You get little cramps in your hand, or you get lower back pain. It's so hard to train for that. So yeah, it's just all about gym work. And when you haven't won a championship and you're chasing it, and you're leading, there's nothing that motivates you more than getting to the gym. So yeah, it's pretty pretty good for keeping you fit. What was your reaction when Chaz was your teammate? Also, do I prefer Grant or James Small? And do I have anything to do with Adam DeBore? Grant and James are completely different blokes. So James was incredible. He used to be a real racer and used to think about probably the setup and the racing in his terms, because he raced when he was a bit younger. He raced Formula Ford and a couple of different categories, go-karts, and he was a real racer. Grant's probably more a thinker and a mathematical type guy. So both very good in their own way. And I'm having a great year this year. So I think last year would have been a great year with James as well if we didn't have reliability issues. This year we've had very good reliability and good results. So both are working well. Different strengths. In your honest opinion, what has been your most frustrating year and your best year personally since joining FPR? It's a good question. Maybe frustrating was 2008 when I led the championship. In mid-year we just lost our speed and we probably didn't push hard enough to get it back, and we lost the championship by 100 points or whatever it was. So it's probably the most frustrating. One of the best years has probably been this year, to be honest. It's been tough to start with, but it's been so rewarding to fight back, and also this year we're representing Ford. Pretty much it's our team that represent it, so I'm enjoying that as well. Seeing the Ford flags waving and knowing that we're leading the championship and there's 5 Commodores behind us, or 6 Commodores, whatever it is. It's really rewarding to know that you're in front for Ford. So enjoying this year, and I hope that we get to December and it's an incredible year. But really enjoying it, loving the lead, and it's the best place to be. Will FTR be racing the new Falcon next year? I'm not actually sure what we'll be doing next year. It's the new Falcon's a little bit different, but it's not massively. So it'll be interesting to see what we do, whether we go Falcon or whether we just bring out a completely new shell. For aerodynamic, I'd love them to bring out a new shell, because if we brought out the Mondeo, we'd have one of the quickest cars in the category. But with the Falcon, it's quite big compared to a Volvo or one of the Nissans. So as heritage and as much history as that Falcon's got, in terms of performance, if we brought in a Mondeo, it would be really quick. So not really sure what we'll do. Were you surprised when Stephen Richards signed with Red Bull? I would have thought FPR would have had him locked in. I was a little bit surprised, but I wasn't sure. He sort of committed to our team verbally, but until anything's done on paper, you never believe anything. So he got a good offer from Red Bull. They're a good team. He's with Lowndes, one of the guys with the best chance to win Bathurst. So it's a decision he probably had to stew over, because him and I are pretty close. We've raced for many years, and it's one of those things. His income comes from the enduros, and if he gets paid more money to go somewhere else, and I'm not sure of the money situation, but then you have to do it. So good luck to him. Question: Steve Owen. I consider him a fast driver, but is his driving style like yours, or you both have to adjust to get the most out of car 5? He from previous or from last year, he's the sort of bloke that jumps in and drives anything. So I'm really excited about having him in the car. He's so versatile. It's not funny, and he should have a main series drive. He just he jumps in anything, and he's quick. So I think he's going to be so good for our team. And Richo was fantastic as well, but Richo loved a specific sort of car. Steve Owen, I think he's very versatile in terms of he'll drive anything, and he'll do a great job. So he'll be good. I just hope that we get the car right for those big races, because with the car of the future, you're so limited to what you can change that if you get it right in the race, you do very well. If you get it wrong, there's only limited things you can change. So yeah, it can be a long day, but if it's a bad car, you'll still do a great job. Excuse me. Is it true that for the wet races you get off the line in second rather than first? No, always use first gear, but you pretty well start it like a road car. It's all about just releasing the clutch and just rolling away, and then staying in first, but really smooth on the throttle. So you don't really get to full throttle at all. You pull second quite early and then roll on, and then just roll on the throttle and then cruise off. So yeah, definitely first gear, but very, very tough in the wet. I hate starting in the wet. It's one of the things I hate the most. Can you explain the differences between the Ford and Holden engine? The Ford and Holden engine are very close. They're probably yeah, they're very close. So there's not that much different, but in terms of performance, there's a lot of different things you can do. So if we wanted to buy a component, so like people have read, we wanted to buy a head from Red Bull. That head won't fit on our car, so we you know, we can't just buy bits and put it on our car. We have to modify a lot of things, and you know, to make components fit. But the performance of a Holden to a Ford is very close. The Volvo engine is completely different. And so's the Nissan and so's the Merc. So yeah, completely different. The other manufacturers, Ford and Holden, very, very close. Pushrod engine, same litres, same horsepower, same torque curve, same everything. So yeah, it's very close. With Darwin being one of FPR's strong tracks, will you have a different setup as compared to other years? I'm not sure. Last year I had a really good car, so I don't know what we'll do there. The car is actually not massively different to where we were last year, but last year our car was amazing, so you'd be pretty silly to change it too much. But yeah, I think we'll have a pretty good car there. The way the car's handling, high degradation, it all sort of suits what our car is. So I'm really looking forward to Darwin. It's one of the good rounds for us. So fingers crossed. But yeah, pretty similar to last year, I think. Can you describe in more detail what you mean by learning to drive the car? Jack needs to learn the FPR car. Yeah, well, for example, our car is very strong in terms of when you brake and release the brake and turn. So for me, to get turn out of the car, which means the front, it's got more grip than the rear, you've got to trail the brake a little. So when you go into a corner and slam on the brake, you put it at say 800 psi of pressure, and then so that's pushing as hard as you can push. And then as you peel off, you come to about 200 psi, and that keeps the nose of the car down. And when it keeps the nose of the car down, the car turns. So that's our strength. But what Jack is doing and what he's done in previous years, which is in a AAA car, their cars, when you stay on the brake, they lock the tyre. So his instinct is to hop off the brake and turn. And when he hops off the brake and turns, it understeers. So yeah, different driving styles. I'm not sure how to explain it without going into too much more detail, but that's what I mean by driving style. And if the front doesn't turn, the car doesn't make the corner, and all his issues are coming from that braking trial. Last couple before get some beauty sleep, being an old 33-year-old fella now. Would you consider buying any of your old race cars to keep? Will this year's car become yours to keep when you win the championship? Wink, wink to Rod and Rusty Nash. I don't know. I'd love to own a car, but at the same time, I wouldn't know how to start it other than having 6 blokes turn up to prepare it, and then I press the starter motor and start the car. So yeah, it's pretty cool owning your cars, but unfortunately they're worth over $300,000. So you have to be pretty connected and in love with your car. So you never know. If I win the championship, if I won Bathurst and the championship, maybe they could cut me a deal. But yeah, time will tell, I guess. Well, that's it. Thanks again for coming on. It's always great to have great questions. The questions are really, really good, and it's so good to have the support of everyone. So thank you for supporting me, and yeah, hopefully we can keep this form continuing. It's 5 weeks until Darwin. So like I said, we've got a test day in June, and we've got some really good bits coming on. We've got 3 cars that are really competitive. We'll get Jack up the front too, and hopefully, hopefully we can maintain this championship lead. But yeah, thanks again, guys. We'll keep an eye out for that winner as well for the pregnancy and baby expo for Saturday. So if you know a dad who is expecting and he wants to come and hang out with me for an hour and win some free cool stuff and yeah, spend a day at the baby expo, put the name down, and yeah, I'd love to have you there. Thanks, guys. See you next time.